Once I start having real conversations with you and I get in depth with what you want out of life, what's your aspirations, what do you want in a marriage, like with kids, how you treat your family, what business do you want to achieve, what anything. And I feel like once you tap into that with me, because I'm a Capricorn, so I be sheltered. I got a wall up and I'm really like, but once you get me over that wall, and we're here, and we start having those conversations, I'm gonna pour and pour and pour. You could pour into a plant till that motherfucker dead.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving.
It's Giving.
Yes, I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please click that button below. Make sure to get subscribed, share, follow, all of the things, because we are going to be pumping out content weekly and daily, okay? So make sure you hit that little bell so you get a notification each time something new drops. Now, today, we are joined by an absolute incredible woman. When I tell you she is a mother, she is a boss babe. She is an entrepreneur. She's an encourager. She is an uplifter. She is an actress. She is a model. By the way, she's got billboards all over the world. This girl has been all over New York Times. Can we please give it up for Miss Athena? I'm so excited to have you.
I know.
Girl, and you look good.
Thank you, just for you.
Baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I have to ask you, if this season of your life were called It's Giving blank, and you have to fill in the blank, what would it be called? And you have to say, it's giving.
It's giving faith.
Oh, break that down.
Yeah. So faith, like it's giving faith, like I'm trying and I'm learning how to have faith in everything that I'm doing. Everything. Last year, it was a lot of, it's not giving faith. It's not giving faith.
It's giving questions.
It's giving questions. I'm confused. Now, I feel like this year, I think it's giving faith.
Yeah.
It's giving faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're just trusting your process.
Yeah, I'm trusting it, and I'm trying to trust God.
Yes.
So I won't even sit here and lie to you and say like I trust Him all the way. I'm learning to trust Him.
I've had a conversation about that before, like just being able to trust God. When it seems like the answer is, we know the answer is to trust God, but like the human part of us is like, nah.
And life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
And it's like,
so it be having you question like, do you have faith?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been, this year, I just want to go into it and just be like, no, like I have faith that this is going to work. I have faith and I trust that the way I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to have faith in everything.
Yeah.
And that's how I want to like approach this year.
Yeah.
The rest of my life.
Period.
However long that is.
It's a powerful way to do it.
A long way.
Okay, so speaking of life, you have created life.
Yes.
And one of the things that I love about your story is, you're out here, you're in Atlanta, you are killing it. You have your own business, you take care of your family. Like there's so many different things that you do that are so admirable. But you got pregnant at 17.
Yeah, girl. You gotta say it again.
Oh my God.
17.
17. How was that? Were you scared? Like, what did that look like?
Oh yeah. I was scared for sure. I guess I didn't think I could get pregnant that young. I was so naive and so like, oh, it's never gonna happen to me. I'll be okay. Like I was just so like in denial about it happening. But then it was scary because I just didn't know how to like approach. I didn't want people judging me. I come from a Caribbean family, so I feel like it's a little, judgmental with being from the Caribbean. So like I was just so scared of everybody looking at me like, oh, she's one of them. You're a statistic now. Like nothing's gonna happen for you. And looking at my parents like they did a bad job with me. And it's like this had nothing to do with them. It was just all on me for sure.
Yeah.
And that's all I was really worried about. It wasn't really, crazy enough, I really wasn't worried about raising this kid. I wasn't worried about that. Even if her dad wasn't who he is, I knew that I could raise this kid because I was babysitting everybody else's kid before she came. So I knew what it was, but then I knew my mom and my dad, no matter how they felt about the situation, I knew that they had my back regardless. So I'm like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm raising this kid by myself. Like it was like, no, I got a whole village. You know what I'm saying? And but I was more scared of like the judgmental part. Yeah.
And you know what? That's always blown my mind. I feel like, you hear about teenage pregnancy or high school pregnancies, and it's like most people in high school, most teens starting at whatever age that may be, maybe it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, are sexually active.
Yeah.
Like, can we just be realistic that most people are sexually active? Most kids just don't get pregnant.
Yeah.
And so I've never really understood the judgment, because it's like, how are you going to judge me when we're doing the same thing?
We're doing the same thing.
My result is just a little bit different because of how something happened.
So for like, as far as like my household, right? Like my dad was more Americanized than my mom. I feel like he knew this is how these kids are. This is how they are. This is how they dress. This is how type of music they listen to. Yep. My dad was always like, I want to be hip. I want to be like, what song you listening to now? Like he always went, so he was still Jamaican, but then my mom was a little bit more old school. So for her, it was like, what? You're having sex? Yeah. What? You're kissing? Yeah. What? People have boyfriends? And it was like, yeah, sis, we out here.
We outside.
We out here at school. We doing this at school.
Oh.
Not having sex.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, hold on.
No.
Whoa.
No, girl. But I'm saying, like, you know, we're like my friends, all of my friends, most of my sex were sexually active before me. Yeah. And were more sexually active than me.
Right.
But I was a dummy. I was like, I ain't gonna happen to me. Nah. But I was not. I was just so like in love, and I was so like infatuated and how he made me feel. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't. They was outside too, girl. Yes. But my parents were like, no. Like my mom mostly. She covered me and like, you know, she tried to hide me and like keep me under her little wing for so long that it was like, what? Like, but it's crazy because when I got pregnant, she was the most calm one. You see how that, and my dad was like flipping shit. Niggas like, what the fuck? Like, my dad was flipping shit, you know? But my mom was like, it doesn't even matter. Like, okay, you're pregnant. There's nothing I can do about it. You're still my daughter. And then it is what it is. Yeah. That's how my mom handled it.
Did you ever think about terminating? Was that ever a thought for you?
Hell yeah, girl. I'm like, hey, help me.
Right. Like, this is a no.
Help me. No, for sure. I thought about it, but I just try not to think about it so much. I was 17. Right. Like, I was 17. And I think when I was thinking about it, it was like crunch time because I found out a little later. I didn't find out early. So I found out when I was a little later. So when it was time for me to even consider it, it was like, you can't really do this anymore. You're too far along. Yeah. And I was like, shit, well,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We welcome in a baby.
Right? Yep. So I definitely thought about it. I feel like anybody who's that young is going to think about it.
Absolutely. I think it's so human. Like, because your whole life is about to change. It's crazy. I remember when I was 16, I told my mom, I said, I had a boyfriend. It was my first boyfriend ever. And I loved that man.
I love that boy.
I love that boy. I loved him so much. And I was like, I went to my mom and I said, I'm ready to start having sex. And so we can go to Planned Parenthood and get me some birth control, or we could risk it all. No, you know, and my mom, sure enough, she brought me straight to Planned Parenthood.
See, I feel like I'm going to be like that. I'm growing with my daughter now. So I feel like she should know, yo, you got to let me know. I tell this to Sanai all the time. I'm like, if you don't let me know, I won't know, and you can't even hold that against me. Yeah. So what I want for you to understand is, if you go to jail, I'm the one billing you out. Right. If you're in a car accident, I'm the one pulling up. Yes. You know what I'm saying? If something happens to you, you got to remember, it's mommy, mom. So if you don't let me know, you got to let me know. Period. You got to let me know. So I feel like I'll have that relationship with her because I'm so young. And growing with her, I know what's trending. I know what she likes. I know what she's into. I know about boyfriends. I know about all the things. All the things. So I feel like it's so now she's realizing, like, she's like, yeah, you are right. I can tell you anything. Even though if she might be scared at times, she's like, nah, like I gotta tell my mom. But I didn't have that relationship with my mom. I had a great relationship with my mom, but not to the extent of telling her, hey, I'm trying to throw that. I'm trying to
throw it back. Girl, no, for real. And I'm so grateful because I think about things, and now I think of like how I am with my nieces. Like I have a 16-year-old and 14-year-old and 14-year-old and 12-year-old. Like I have nieces that, you know, the conversations about sex or are already having sex, or, you know, whatever it may be, 17-year-olds, you know, and it's literally like, look, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You want to be a hoe? Let me teach you how. I know some stuff you probably don't know.
No, for real.
Let me help you be the best you could be. You want to be abstinent? Let's talk about why. You wanna be celibate? Let's get to know God. Like whatever it is, I'm not here to talk to you how your parents talk to you. I'm just here to make sure that you're protected inside of whatever choice that you make.
Right.
So I hope that when I'm a mom one day, I can still have that same kind of relationship.
Yeah. It's different though.
Yeah,
it's different.
Oh, for sure.
But it makes it easier knowing that if, in our shoes, if we're daughters, it's so much easier to be like, oh, let me ask my mom.
Yeah.
Let me talk to my mom.
Yes.
Mom.
That's me now.
We was fucking. The parent came on. What? Hey, what do I do? What's going on? But don't ask me how to suck no Hey. Don't ask me how to suck no
Who would teach you that?
Hey, you'd be surprised. I'm gonna get comfortable. Like, hey, mom, you can show me how to do the thing with. Hell no. Hell no.
No, mom did not teach me that.
I know, but I'm just saying, just don't ask me to do no shit like that. But I want her to have a good relationship with me.
Yes.
Where she could just ask me anything. I'd rather her come to me than somebody else.
Period.
Because these girls be.
Yeah, and they don't have your best interest at heart.
At all.
You get a little
Especially
boyfriend.
This generation.
You want to try new things. I get it. I was young once too. But let's just make sure that we are protected.
Yeah.
That's all that matters the most. So you and your high school boyfriend were together for years.
Years. Almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
A decade.
How was that?
It was...
And do you did that long term of a relationship make you feel like, okay, I actually want to be a wife. I'm prepared to be a wife. Or is it like, I don't want to do anything long term? Like, how was it and how has it made you now?
So, I mean, I was with him for almost a decade. So I feel like my whole life was
with him.
When you're 16, you're like, that's when you're learning stuff in the adult life. And I pretty much went through the phases with him. I was 16, 18, 21, and technically 25.
Yeah.
So all of those were with him.
Yeah.
But I can say that later in the relationship, I've been picking up on my mom traits. Like what I seen my mom doing, I was doing it without even him having to ask me or like certain things like cooking for him. It was so easy for me and I wanted to do it. So now I'm in a place where I'm like, no, I want that wife life. Why? Because that's me and I'm a lover girl.
Come on,
I love to love.
Me too.
And I've seen love my whole life.
Yeah.
My parents are married.
Yes.
So, and I tell you this all the time. So my parents are married and the disrespect is out the window. No,
it's not an option.
Yeah, like it was literally like probably one of the best relationships I've seen my entire life. And it's better because I grew up in the household with both of them. So it wasn't like I was seeing it from afar. I seen it every day. So I want to be a wife.
Come on, wife.
I want to be a wife.
Come on, wife life.
Look. But it was easy. Like washing his clothes, making sure he's good. If he's sick, I'm cooking soup. Like I was taking care of my man. Yeah, apart from him being like who he was as a boyfriend, like the negative traits, he had a lot of pros.
Yeah.
He had a lot of pros. And we were growing together. So I can't even sit up here and bash him and say, I'll be bashing him now. But, I need to heal. I need to heal. But his pros, for sure. Like anything I made, he would love the food. He would love the family time we going out as a family. He loved being a dad. He was playful. He was a good dad, like a girl's dad. He was that person. He's still a girl dad. So it wasn't all bad. Yeah. It really wasn't. But we were growing together. Yeah. Like, and now I'm older, I can see where the little fuck ups and little shit like that. Like I see it. Yeah. I see it. It's all clear to me. But in the moment, I didn't see not one thing.
So would you ever consider getting back together with him?
As of right now, no. I don't think I want that for myself anymore. Okay. I think I've outgrown him. Okay. And I don't think I'll ever say never, but right now, no. Yeah. No, I think I want something different because I've seen different. Yeah. And I've experienced different. Yes. And I like it. And I like it, girl. I love that for you. It's a little ghetto.
It's okay. It's straight ghetto.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Because I feel like, on social media, we hear all of these polarizing sound bites of submitting to your husband and what it means to be a wife. And most women don't want marriage. They just want a wedding day and all of these things. Like, what do you think it means to be a wife?
So my definition of a wife is a rider.
Okay.
Not riding for the wrong things, though.
Okay.
Rider meaning like taking care of your husband, being there for him through ups and downs.
Yeah.
Meaning if he's broke.
That's okay. We gonna figure it out.
Hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. What do you need me to do?
We gonna figure it out.
I feel like the definition of a wife is someone that's gonna cherish you, who's gonna uplift you, who's gonna support you with what you're doing, unless you a pimp. Other than that, I really feel like a wife is your best friend.
Yeah.
To a husband. Like, that's your best friend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to speak it as if I'm the wife. You manifesting.
Come on, manifest.
Okay. I'm your best friend.
Yes, speak it.
Speak on manifest, girl.
Period.
So I'm your best friend.
Yes.
I'm going to be there when you're sick.
Yes.
I'm going to be there when you're down, when you're depressed, when you're falling off, when you're broke, when you have money. Hey, I'm going to be there for it all.
Yeah.
And I want to be there for it all.
Yes.
I feel like it's a commitment to each other. Like, we're partners and we're in this together until the wheels fall off.
Did you, inside of your relationship, ever experience your ex going through like a depressive or a sad state for a long period of time?
For sure.
So what happens, because I've heard conversations like, do you stay or do you go? Was that one of the reasons why you left? Is that one of the, like, how do you make sense of staying when things get crazy?
I just feel like for him, the loyalty and the partnership was out the window. Loyalty was out the window for one. And then the partnership was out the window. It was all about him.
Yeah.
It was never about, it started to become just him.
And not y'all.
Right. It was never us. So for me, it's like, sir, you forgot who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here this whole time.
Yeah.
We've been together through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was almost like he forgot, like, I was the catch in a way. And
the catch, or you were both catches?
The catch. The catch. I felt like I was the catch. And it was almost like I felt like I needed to humble him. Because now you're just thinking about yourself now. And it's like, now I feel like all the things that I've learned this whole time of being in a relationship with you is out the window. Because it's like, I wanted to be a wife to you. I was here when the money was gone. I was here when the money was here. I was here when your friends weren't here. I was here when your parents weren't here. I was here. The list goes on. And he knows this because he said it himself.
Yeah.
And when it came down to it being about us, it was like, no, me, like me. I left because of selfishness, and the loyalty got thrown out the window. So when he was depressed, I was holding that shit down. You gonna be depressed? Eat this food.
Oh,
be depressed. I'ma still throw that. After a while, let me not even say that. After a while, I stopped throwing that.
Yeah.
Because I was getting like I wasn't attracted anymore because of how he was treating me. So it wasn't like because you're turning me off because of it's how you were treating me in the process. Like for me, I could be depressed, but I'm not putting it out on anybody else.
Right. That's part.
That's the thing.
That part. And
I don't do that.
And I think inside of depression or inside of being upset or inside of a lower season, I think we as people get to understand like that's not the time to push people away.
No.
That's actually the devil, right?
Yeah.
Because where we divide, they can conquer.
Right.
Right. So if you are putting yourself into isolation and you're constantly, and you start treating people differently, realistically, what you're doing is you're self-sabotaging the happiness that you could have.
Right.
Why? Because it's like you almost get stuck in this rut. Well, do you want to be committed to the rut or do you want to get happier? If you want to get happier, you've got to change your environment. You've got to change your state.
Right.
And I feel like, I don't know. I've been with men that have been down and out. As my partner and like to ride it out. But I've never been like, how you hear those stories about men that are just committed to their BS? Like they're just committed to it. Like, no, this is who I am now. Okay, great. How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
I'm going this way.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be with a man that's committed to it, but I do understand that there's seasons inside of life.
No, for sure. But girl, the way I was treated during his little dark cloud that he had, and I had a dark cloud too, darker than his, and I wasn't treating you like that, it had me to, I had to step back and be like, is this my husband for real? You got a kid with me. I ain't no regular bitch. I got your kid.
Right.
And I'm still out here doing what I need to do as a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take the sex off the table and see how act for real. And I took the sex off the table and it wasn't working. I was trying different things and it wasn't working. He was still the way he was. And it was like, nah, like, this doesn't make any sense. How do I have the same dark cloud? Not the same, but we're both going through stuff emotionally and financially, and you're treating me like shit, and I'm not treating you like shit. So it was kind of like, nah, like I mentally checked out a year before we even ended.
Woo! I swear to God, women leave in their minds before they leave in real life.
Cause I can't do it.
No,
I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna leave this nigga. But in my mind,
I'm done.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. Peace out. No, I don't think men know that. It's crazy. You know what else has got me thinking? Statistics, right? When you start thinking about numbers, we as women are taught like to be a wife. We as women are taught to seek marriage.
Some of us.
Oh,
hey,
you don't think all of us?
I don't think all of us.
No.
Let's be for real.
No. What the rest of them do it?
I don't think all of us were learned, like, or were taught.
Not taught, but I think we want to go for it. We want to.
Sure.
We want it.
Yeah.
We just may not have been taught how to get it.
That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're all taught to be this a wife. Like we should strive to want to be a wife,
right?
But then we get married, and then over 80% of marriages, 2 out of 3 marriages end in divorce, and over 80% of that is filed by women.
That's crazy.
So it makes me feel like.
But you know, my dad always tells me this: men never leave for real.
That's facts. I just had this conversation.
They're gonna stick it out.
They don't.
Maybe
never
that's their
leave.
thing. Maybe that's their way of riding it out.
Yeah,
they think it's gonna ride
because they're lazy.
They're not gonna leave.
No.
It might be like a 20% that might leave for real.
But
unless it's really, really bad.
They are not leaving.
But they're not leaving.
It's like those women that are like, oh, he said he's gonna leave his wife. He ain't never leaving his wife.
He's not leaving his wife, baby.
He ain't leaving his wife for the bad, let alone for you.
For the side.
No, because he knows you'll play that
you
side.
You think I'm gonna get some fries over a burger, bitch? What? And it ain't got no sauce. No.
No, we don't take sides over an entree and a dessert.
And the dessert.
Yeah.
Dessert might be the side too.
Well, right? Dessert probably is the side. But it depends.
Sweet. I might taste a little bit, but I'm gonna still want the whole.
I need to eat though. I still need the nutrition from my meal, right?
Right.
Oh man, but it's just crazy. Like, are we as women duped to want something and then we find out we really don't want it? That's my question. That's been the conversation. I just had this conversation the other day.
Do you think it's about like being? Do you think we get bored easily?
No, I think we live in a time right now where women now are learning like who they are.
Yeah.
They're learning what they want.
And they standing on business.
They standing on business.
Yeah.
We're like, it's a career based thing. And I think that the value that a man has to bring in this day and age means more than money.
Yeah.
And a lot of men may not necessarily have that to offer. Some don't even have money.
Yeah.
You know, and I also feel like we live in a world where it's like you either have the money or the character.
Right.
No, I believe we can have both. Like, why would you not have character and money? I'm confused. Why?
And it's crazy because now, like, the person I am now, I can't build with anybody anymore.
Oh.
Can't build.
I know.
I was building for almost a decade.
Girl,
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
The thing is, I'm talking about build from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if
Me
you,
too.
you know, I can't do the building
I can't
from
go
scratch
back to.
I ain't Bob the Builder.
Yo,
I ain't doing that motherfucking scratch. You need a blueprint at least.
It's like the builder.
I need a blueprint at least.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if he already got something going on and it's not where it's supposed to be, cool. But the thing is, for me, I'm a realist.
Yeah.
If I'm not where I need to be at, I can't expect who I'm attracted is going to be where they want to be at.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So, but I just won't build from scratch anymore. I've done that. And I've tried because I really wanted to marry this man. In my mind, I wanted to marry him. Now, thank God.
So do you have like a dollar amount as the entry level to men that have to make a certain amount to talk to you?
No.
So when you say start from scratch, where's like middle? What does that mean?
So start from scratch is like
0.
Yeah, I'm talking about you don't even have a plan. You don't have a plan. You don't have
negative.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not even 0.
Okay, so you don't have a plan.
Yikes.
That's really it for real.
Yeah.
You need a plan.
Yes.
Like the could work at goddamn dollar store and he gonna tell me all types of plans. Hey man, I got for real. And I would sit down and I would listen.
That works at the dollar store.
No, god damn it. But I'm just trying to make a point. I'm just saying, like, it's all on perspective, though. Because I feel like if you have a plan, that's going to make me want to, it's going to make me, because when a woman believes in you.
Ooh, that's like battery pack.
I'm talking about we going to go hard.
Yes.
Right? So I feel like once the plan is there.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have the potential for real.
Yes.
But damn, I don't even think we can't even sit here and date no potential ass.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a difference between potential in action and potential in theory.
Right.
I'm not interested in dating a man in potential in theory.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have a level. Yeah, you've got to have a level for me. And I was just having this conversation. It's crazy, these conversations. I was just having this conversation the other day. And it makes me think of a book I was reading called How to Find Your North Star.
Okay.
Right. And it talks about how we have our essential self and then we have our social self.
Okay.
So our essential self is like the realest, rawest desires of all of who we are. And our social self is really designed by our experiences and perceptions that have happened around us. So it's shaped by authorities, our parents, our teachers, our friends, our colleagues, et cetera, et cetera. So most of the time, our social self lives within like rules and guidelines, right? Which is good because sometimes our essential self is like, I will bust you upside your head with a bat. You know what I mean? But our social self says, probably don't want to spend time in prison. Yeah. Let's maybe not do that. So they really kind of protect each other, but it's important for them to be connected, but most people are disconnected.
Right.
So I say all of that to say that inside of these conversations that I've been having with different people inside of dating, I think what's most important for me is you've got to be connected to yourself. You have to have a plan and an action, and you have to have a certain level. I've arrived because we never arrived, but like I'm here. Like there's got to be some kind of like principle, some type of foundation that's already been built.
So that's why I said that I can't. That whole start from scratch stuff.
No. I can't start from scratch.
I got a kid.
Yeah, I don't. And I'm still a no.
Yeah, like I'm just like, but the thing about me is I was brought up in such like a humble upbringing that sometimes I'll get to that and be like, it's okay. Like you have potential. That's fine. Like because of how I was brought up. Right. And then another side of me is like the not building from scratch. And then I'm not a part of the women nowadays that are part of the society. I don't think I think like women nowadays.
Oh, I agree. Modern women.
Yeah, I don't think I think like them at all. And I feel like a lot of people might look at me and be like, I might fall in that category, but I'm not. I definitely don't fall in that category. I don't think money is so important in a relationship. I honestly, I love. And I feel like once you have a connection with somebody and once you just love being around them and they're good people, like that's an amazing feeling. So for me, it's like the money is going to come regardless, baby.
Yes.
And I feel like once you love somebody, you believe in them, everything roots and everything starts up. But then it's just like the men these days, it's like, what
does that mean?
Girl, some of the men these days, it's not it. And then I think a lot of women is messing it up for women like us.
Oh, I agree.
Like they're messing it up.
I agree.
Just because your last bitch wanted a Birkin. I ain't saying I don't want no Birkin, but you done did. All she cared about was the money.
Yes.
All she cared about was the money. And now you're looking at me like all I care about it. And I don't think that's fair.
I don't think that's fair either. I'm telling you, I must have had just the longest conversation of my life.
They be messing it up for us.
If my very presence inside of your life does not inspire you to want to be more, do more, and have more for yourself and for me, you got the wrong one. Like my very very presence inside of your life should absolutely activate and inspire the part of your masculinity that may have been lying dormant for so long you didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
But now I'm here.
Spark that shit up.
This is Sparta. Okay? Like this is we are kicking doors down.
Yes. I feel the same way.
We are doing all the things, but I feel like, you know, you hear these stories, especially in Atlanta, of these girls that are like, oh, they meet you. They date number 2. I can't pay my rent. Have forget a job.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of these women.
Save me.
Right.
And it's like, yo, save yourself.
And this is the thing too. You don't even like that man.
At all.
So why are you counting on him?
At all.
Why do women count on men they don't even like?
I be getting so offended because I be like, yo, I feel the same way, but I get so offended because it's like everyone who knows me knows I work hard as
Girl, me too.
I work hard.
Me too.
And I be sitting there looking at other bitches and getting all the shit. I be like, damn, I can't even get a little
something.
A little something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I get jealous sometimes. I be sitting there like, damn, like I work hard. And I do feel like any man that comes around me should be motivated by me, by what I do, by how I speak to women. I speak life into men.
Oh, come on.
I speak life.
Necessary.
Like, I will make a motherfucker feel like he could be the president of the United States.
He is next to
once
God
I'm
himself.
connected to you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I ain't talking about the ones I just be like, once I start having real conversations with you and I get in depth with what you want out of life, what's your aspirations, what do you want in a marriage, like with kids, how you treat your family, what business do you want to achieve, anything. And I feel like once you tap into that with me, because I'm a Capricorn, so, you know, I be sheltered. I got a wall up and I'm really like, but once you get me over that wall, and we're here, and we start having those conversations, I'm gonna pour and pour and pour. Yes. You know, you could pour into a plant till that motherfucker dead.
That's fast.
This ain't that.
Right.
I will pour into you, and I want the same energy too, because once you tell me certain things, and you're my friend, and you'll tell me certain things, and I be feeling like, damn, Sarah just told me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to go open up a shop. I need to go do this. I need to go do that. But that's the same thing with friendships. Like, same thing I want for my man. But if you're my man, come on. And right now, I ain't looking for no. I'm gonna be real. I'm 27, but I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I don't like the situationships. No. I don't like the just talking. I hate it. I hate it. I might enjoy it for a little bit, but I fall quick. And when I fall, in my mind, it's a wrap.
Yeah, like we go together. Like you're my husband.
You're my man. You're my husband. Like, and we ain't talking about how them girls be talking about, oh, that's my man. That's my no.
Like I'm talking about
we doing this shit for real. Yeah. We going on these dates. Yeah. What else? Yeah. After that.
Right.
What's the goals?
Right.
You believe in marriage? Yeah. Say less. You believe in God? Oh, say less. Kids, come on, bro. Right. Hey, let's get this shit, because it's nothing out here.
Right.
I'm not gonna put that out in the atmosphere, but it's like it's a little bit left. It's a little bit left. And I feel like once you find your person, you need to lock in, and just do what you need to do. Yes, because God's gonna. If you believe in both of y'all believe in God, it's gonna work.
Yes,
but sometimes it don't. Sometimes you gotta go after that. Almost a decade. I had to look like, damn girl, it's almost a decade. You gotta go. Damn. Because it ain't working. Yeah. It ain't working.
I've never been in any relationship longer than 3 years.
Girl. It is. I don't know. I got used to it. Yeah. I got used to it. It was a marriage.
Yes.
Shit. If it was in California, you would be married.
It's a common law marriage.
Shit. So technically we was married.
Right.
I ain't get no diamonds. But hey, I just got used to it. And I listened to my mama. My mama used to tell me all the time. She used to give me all the good advice. Everything. Wow. You stay here. You make sure he's okay. You be there for him. Some shit she didn't even have to tell me. I just knew. Yeah. Because I watched her my whole life.
I watched that. That is the part.
I watched her my whole life.
You know, it's crazy. I look at my mom and my dad, right? And they like each other. They don't just love each other. And liking someone is much harder, right? Love, it's like you can fall into it, fall out of it. I love it. I hate it.
She like you.
But I like you for real. Like I rock with you for real. I've watched my parents like each other for my whole life, you know, and it's crazy because even now, like my mom still rubs my dad's leg when they're sitting. They still hold hands when they're out. They still kiss. And I'm like, oh, you know, and then
And that's
Also,
a good thing for you too, seeing that.
I saw my mom bring my dad dinner on a tray every night.
Do you think our standards are high?
Yes.
Because of that?
I think we're
because
right.
I think my issue is I didn't want to say it, but I think my standards are really high. And I didn't know my standards were high until this my baby daddy. He said to me one day, he was like, we were arguing, and he goes, I'm not perfect. I'm not like your dad. Stop trying to have me like your dad. And in my head, I'm like, damn, you right, nigga. But I'd be like, damn, you right. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to look at myself like I really was trying to have a nigga like my dad. Because not everything, but most of the stuff my dad did was just so humble. How he treated my mom, how he opened the door for her, cook for her, making sure she's good, she's sick, everything. And it's like, I've been trying to find my dad this whole time. I was trying to make a nigga like my dad. Thank God, because he wasn't it.
I'm glad it didn't work out. But, you know.
But he said it to me, and I was like, I think my standards are high.
My standards are definitely high. And I think that honestly, one of my biggest fears, and maybe why I'm not married. So we're single till we're married, right? But I do think that this is probably super transparent, and I'm probably going to be eaten alive, but it just is what it is. I think most people are weak. I think that we live in a generation where character is weak, morale is weak, and ethics are weak. And I think,
agree.
Yeah, I think that people are willing.
So I'm gonna get eaten up with you just like that,
girl. People are willing to waver and bend and break the rules according to who's around, or clout, or money, or whatever it could possibly be. And to me, I look at that and it's weak. And then you partner that with people don't know how to have effective, hard conversations anymore. So now people are quitting instead of having the hard conversations. And it's like, okay, well, what was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point of all of this? And I really have been sitting with myself. You know, I believe in therapy and all of the things. And I'm like, damn, Sarah, number one, do you expect something that may not be here anymore? Out of relationships? Like I'm a traditional woman in a modern world that looks like a modern girl. Both of us. We look very modern, but we're very traditional, you know? And so it's like this battle back and forth. And then it's like, well, Sarah, if you're here, because I know that I'm different, you know that you're different. If we're here, then the opposite is here too. Right. It's just being patient enough to be found by the opposite, or finding out if the people that you're getting to know in the interim are the opposite. Yeah. You know?
I think it's like, I agree with what you're saying with people being weak. Yeah. But then when I sit here and I'm like, maybe my standards are too high, but then I've gotten a taste of what I wanted, and I could not let that shit go. That part. And you know, till this day, I got not exactly, but the things that I wanted, all the green checks. Yeah. I got a taste of it, and I was like, I want to slice of that again. I got a taste of it. So I'm like, it's out there. Yes. And I'm like, we're in Atlanta. Yes. It's how many other states that we have. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody for somebody. And that's just how I feel.
Would you date outside your race?
Yeah. You would? I would. I just think I'm just more attracted to Black men, but I would date outside my race. Okay. I get me a little
spicy something.
A little Italiano. A little... You know, I wouldn't mind. No? It's just not what it's not what I probably envisioned for myself. But hey, the way it's looking right now, I might have to go get me a little pizza.
You know, it's so pasta. Funny. I used to say like, I'm not dating Black men anymore because all of them have a chip on their shoulder. But I just haven't found my way out. Yeah. Like I can't get away.
And then I'm so aggressive too. So it's like. Yeah. I need me a little.
I think you are, but really you're not. Like initially, yes, but like you are the biggest sweetheart, soft, loving kind.
All right, you doing too much,
I'm
Sarah.
Just saying, it's the truth,
my business,
girl. You are so loving and so kind and uplift. You are goo, really. You're so soft. Aww. But on the outside, I get it.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta be like this, girl. I have to? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm like this because I'm like. The thing is, I feel like my aggression. It works in my everyday life. Yes. So that's how I feel. It works with me as a mom. Yeah. It works with me when I have to get shit done for my business. Yeah. And it works when I need to tell these this ain't what you doing because this ain't that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like my aggression works in certain areas. And then when I need to be soft, I'm soft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in that bed cuddle up.
Me too.
Daddy, am I your baby? That's me.
Girl,
Yeah.
yes. So what is dating like for you now?
It's fun.
Okay.
And it is heartbreaking too.
Okay.
I feel like I've gotten my heart broken once.
I know. I personally know because we are friends in real life.
We're friends. So it's like the heartbreak, it wasn't like a big heartbreak, but it was almost like, oh, it could happen again. It's like, like I forgot this part about love.
Yeah.
I forgot this part about love. And I was open to love again because I knew I could do it. It's easy for me to do it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I'll never close off to love.
Yeah. So dating right now is, it's sometimes it could be confusing for me, but it's fun though. It's fun. I don't think I've had like a situation where I'm like, oh my God, like why am I doing this again? Yeah. I'm so realistic with how life is.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like if you're meant to be with me, then you're meant to be with me.
Period.
And if you're meant to be gone,
you will be.
But they always come back.
This is also true.
Yes.
All of them.
Always. Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. My mom, she's taught me so many things, but one of the things inside of love is she's always said, like, no matter what happens, you might get your heart broken, you might be upset, you might get bothered, and my dad will be like, F these, like my dad is,
yeah.
he's on the other side of the spectrum, but my mom has always said, you know, your relationship, you may crash and burn, you may be heartbroken, you may all of these things, but what if this is one of the most epic love stories that was ever told?
Yeah.
And when I hold on to that, I'm like, how could I possibly give up on that?
And then I'm a fairy tale person.
Oh my gosh.
I be in love.
Girl, me too. And the thing about a fairy tale is a happily ever after doesn't mean it's perfect.
No.
It just means you're more happy than you're not.
Yeah.
You know, happily ever after.
I used to do this thing with my ex. I used to do this thing where I would weigh out his pros instead of cons. And if his cons always outweighed his pros, then that would be my reason to leave. And for years, them cons was low. They was low. And the pros are always high. And then my mom would be like, but that's a part of the relationship. And then she would always tell me it was never a 50-50 thing. Why do you guys always bring up this whole 50-50 thing?
What is that?
It's the 50-50 with men and women.
Like the money thing?
Yeah, the money thing, or in the relationship, whatever it is in the relationship or marriage, 50-50. But it's never always 50-50.
No.
It could be 60-40.
Could be 100-0.
It could be 70-30. And it's like, I'm just happy that I was brought up around them to know that what a real marriage and real relationship is about. Because it wasn't all happy and respectful. It was more respectful than disrespectful. But it was like, it's real. And that's why I'm a realist. That's why I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to be jealous sometimes. You're supposed to be like crying sometimes. You're supposed to be arguing. You're supposed, like, it's just be real with yourself.
It's the seasons of relationships. And I think about my parents, and when my dad ruptured a disc in his back, I was like 15 and I didn't even understand why my parents were together. I was like, Mom, like, I don't even I don't understand. Because, and to be fair, this is from like childhood eyes. And Dad, if you're watching this, I hope you understand. But from a child, from the outside looking in, my dad was injured for a long period of time. You know, he had to get surgery done on his back and he couldn't walk up the stairs, and like it was a really challenging time for my dad. And my mom was working a full-time job, all of us kids, making sure we weren't homeless, taking care of my dad's ailment, her own life, and just all of the things. And my mom still made my dad head of household. Like there were times where she would, even before he injured his back, she was still bringing him dinner on a tray, breakfast on a tray, lunch on a tray, you know, like.
But you said he was bringing lunch on the tray too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it worked for them. But I remember being 15 and going to my mom being like, I don't understand why you're like, why is this a thing? Like, why are y'all together? Yeah. And I'll never forget my mom. This actually is going to live rent free in my brain for the rest of my life. My mom said to me, Sarah, I will never leave your dad. I get emotional just thinking about it because this kind of love doesn't even exist. My mom said, I will never leave your dad. Yeah. You may not understand, but he is my very best friend. Ooh. And I would never leave him. Yeah. And I feel like that kind of love.
Yeah, get you a Q-tip, girl.
Give me a Q-tip because you know I stay crying. that kind of love is so deeply what I desire with my partner, where it's like, no matter how long my partner's been laying in the basement while I have to serve him food on a tray and make sure that my kids are okay and make sure that we're not homeless and still be mindful enough to make him feel like a king.
Yeah.
Do I even feel like a queen? That inside of all of this,
that's love.
That's real love.
Yeah. And
That's
I think
right or
we
die.
yearn for that so bad. That's where I get frustrated with myself. Cause I'm like, I'll feel like I've either gotten it somehow.
Yeah.
And then when something happens, I'm like, yo, like, come on. Like, but love is, love when you see love.
I know it.
Yeah.
And all I want to know is like, and I feel like it's so simple inside of relationships. Like, don't humiliate me. Don't have me out here looking dumb because you don't have self-control or self-discipline. Don't have me out here looking stupid and disrespected because you don't even appreciate yourself, let alone me. I feel like the things that I want in relationship, they seem so like common.
It is common.
But unfortunately,
they're making it a big thing.
People make it a big thing.
They're making it a big thing. Like, why is being loyal to somebody a big thing?
I don't know.
Why is respect such a big thing?
Oh my God.
Why is showing me unconditional love such a big thing? Well, we're all humans, right? But why is that such a big thing for me when I'm in a relationship? It's like, being loyal to you is so easy.
It's so easy.
And I'm a model.
Yes, girl.
I'm around millionaires all the time.
I know.
It's easy for me. Yeah. Why? Because when I love somebody, I'm riding for you. And I'm talking about riding for you. I can respect you, easy. I can be there for you when you're sick, easy.
Yes.
All of these things that like you require to be in love with somebody or to stay in love with somebody, it's so easy for me. Like, it's so
natural.
easy. It's easy for me to take care of you, make you feel good. It's easy for me to make you feel like a king because I love you.
Yes.
And I want to be like that with somebody.
Yes.
I do. Because I feel like deep down inside, I don't want to be dating. I don't want to.
None of us
I think
do.
I have to be dating because it's like I'm just sitting here like, I can't stay at home because he ain't finna come knocking on the door.
Right. You gotta go outside.
I gotta go outside.
Gotta sort through the frogs and find your prince.
And I've had moments where I've thought like, wow, I'm probably gonna be doing this for another couple of years because Atlanta is so like, it's different here.
It's different.
But then I hear other people talking about it in different states, and it's all over.
I think it's just people.
It's all people are weird.
Yeah, and people are weak
and selfish
and entitled.
Yeah, like
and that's another thing. I did a video. It went fairly viral talking about who women get to be in order to be with their man, and it's women and men, honestly. But sometimes one of the biggest things I think we as women get an opportunity to be is solid.
Yeah.
Stop trying to choose up every time you get into a better room. You know what I mean? Like, stop being like, oh, well, this man gave me attention. Okay. And you know what I mean? Like, if you can't just be solid on top of, can you be there for your man when he's sick? Can you be the person that's going to bounce business ideas? Can you be the person that's willing to help him expand his capacity? And you know what? That's why we as women are so much stronger than men. Sorry, guys. It's just the truth. Yeah. We naturally have more capacity. Why? Because God made us helpmates, helpmeets, however you want to say it. And so we get to help our partner and keep ourselves at the same point.
At
because
the same time.
we have more capacity. It just is what it is. It's innate for us to want connection.
And I've had situations too where I've been around different women, and when I hear how they speak and how they talk about their partner that they're with at the moment, or it could be somebody they're just fooling around, and then the mindset that they have, I'm like, damn, like, do you even love this?
Do you like him at all?
Do you like him at all? Like, why are you wasting someone's time for it? And I think, and it's hard because it's like, there's certain people where I'm like around and I'm like, damn, like, he just did this X, Y, and Z for you. Why is it so hard for you to do X, Y, and Z for him?
Girl.
Like, I'll sit there and I'll be confused.
Yeah.
I'll be confused because I used to make my child's father feel like any little thing he did, like, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You the GOAT.
Every time I would go fly to LA for a gig or whatever it is, And one thing I did notice about him, when I'll tell him certain things, and I'm like, oh, I like when that nigga gonna do it again.
Yeah.
He gonna do it again.
You celebrate it. You want to come in and celebrate it.
He used to give me flowers every time I came off a plane.
Ooh.
And I used to love that because I tell him, like, it makes me feel like I'm welcome home. Yes. I'm back. Yes. You know, and every time, that one time I told him, every time, I don't really remember if it was every time, but majority of the times I would get back home. Yeah. It would be them Publix flowers in the seat. Yeah. And I love them Publix flowers. Yes. It's the and I make him feel like, he'll be like, oh my God, like I didn't even have to do the most. I didn't have to do the most.
Because it doesn't take the most.
Doesn't take that much.
But you know what most women do?
Make it work.
You know what they do? They say, oh, now you think about getting me flowers.
Nah.
And that's exactly why you won't never get flowers again.
Ever.
You know, because women are so focused on what men are doing wrong. We just talked about this in another episode. Like, my mom has always said, never miss a chance to stroke your man's ego. Because where you miss that chance, somebody else is waiting to. Mm-hmm. And the same way men, Kenny, is this thing on? You can hear me loud and clear here. Men, don't miss the chance to be there emotionally for your girl. Yeah. Because when you do that, please believe her work husband is just sitting waiting on you to slip, so he can slide in.
He could get right up in there and be like,
physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
I'm trying to tell you. And it's so easy. It's so easy. That's why I'm gonna say this too. My next man, the next person I'm being in a relationship with. Yeah. When I tell you, I said this before, I'm gonna pour everything. So many things that I didn't know about before and learn about before, or the red flags that I had before and I caught them. Thank God I caught them. Yes. I'm going to make sure that I'm checking it off and I'm doing what I need to do as a woman. Yes. Because at least if it ends, at least I can say, hey,
I did my best.
I did my best.
That's why they all come back.
Yeah. I did my best.
We all know.
Yeah.
I did my best.
I did my best. Yeah. Because if you got me in a situationship and I did a little something, and you like that? Oh, imagine when we together. Oh, facts. No, for real. And I'm like, I be thinking my mom. I think my mom all the time. She be going hard for my daddy. She'll be on the phone. My dad Dennis just cooked, and I be like, girl, it wasn't even that serious to know my husband did this. And I'm like, girl, my dad just sitting there with his feet cocked up, like,
right. I love that.
Yo, yeah. I even today, this morning, and I'm like, he gotta wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and my mom is home, and he wake up 5 a.m. in the morning and make sure he makes her tea for her before he go to work for 13 hours. Let that sink in. Tea. And the one day he don't do it, you think she ain't saying nothing. She like, no, he didn't do it every other day except that today it's okay. It's like, it's the little things, and I've seen that my whole life.
That's such a beautiful lesson.
I've seen it my whole life, so I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to do it to somebody.
I'm excited too. And you know what? I feel like when you are naturally a lover, because naturally I want to give my all. Yeah. I want to be like the ocean. I want to be the you know, the all of the things. I want that so bad. And at the same time, I'm just excited for the day that I have my husband. Yeah, I love you so much.
Girl. I gotta go through the trash can. I gotta go through to find
all the frogs. You know, everything. They out here. They like, outside.
I'm just.
It's a thing.
It is, but it's fine. He gonna be waiting. He gonna be waiting.
You know what? He might be stressed out right now over a girl. You might be dating him.
I might be. Hey, I might be. That got me thinking.
You might be.
Hey, I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed, because it's ghetto out here. And I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
These streets is ghetto.
The streets is a lot.
Honestly, I'm having a great time dating like you are. I'm really enjoying myself, and I'm so grateful for the experience.
But also, you know, you're more mature than me.
Yeah, I'm almost got a decade on you.
Yeah, so for me, it's a little different for me.
Yeah. Well, I think too, it's so funny. I was having this conversation. Someone tried to get me to put a number on what is the area of entry. Like, how much money do you need to make in order for me to take you serious as my man? Number one, I hate that question. Number two, Let me just fix myself here. Everyone and their mama is calling me. And I only have my phone here, guys, because our It's Givings are here. So if you're ever like, why is your phone there?
Your
that's
phone
why.
dark?
Yeah, girl, that's that privacy screen.
Oh.
Can't see nothing.
I know.
It's intentional. What was I talking about? Oh, I was having this conversation with this guy. He was talking about the barrier to entry for me to
like the number.
Yeah, like how much does a man need to make? Like, could it be 100,000? And I said it's so hard to put a number on anything because there are some things that relationships can get that money can't get. Like maybe this is a man that gets an opportunity to get traveled, fly out everywhere, stay in hotels, get free clothing, get free shoes, and he can make $100,000 a year, but everything comes to him free. What is the problem?
Yeah,
if he's a good man and he's a present man and he has vision and he's building that vision and all. Like I can't put a dollar amount on it.
I can't either.
I just can't because there's so many variables. But it's so crazy because people are always like, oh, well, does he have to be a millionaire? I mean, ideally, that's great.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. And there's so many different ways. Like, as an example, I've had 2 Cullinans given to me by exes and I gave them back. Right? You got that good coaching. Oh, no. But I say that to say, like, one of these days, my lesson inside of this is have your name on it. Put the car in my name or don't give me the car. I don't want it. Now, if my partner doesn't get me a Cullinan, I get to build this It's Giving brand to the sky where Rolls-Royce gets to say, we want to partner with you. Here's a Cullinan. Yeah. Or maybe look, like there's so many different ways that things can happen. I'm not solely reliant on my man to provide monetarily, although I do believe in him paying the mortgage. Mm-hmm. I do believe in him paying the bills. Yeah. But there's I believe in paying for vacations. I believe in gifting. I believe in putting the kids through private school.
Everybody has their own role.
Yes.
Everybody has their role.
And you got to figure out what that is with your partner. Yeah. Instead of trying to tell everybody else out here.
What works for you might not work for somebody else.
Period.
And that's just how I look at it. Because what we doing over here, baby, you ain't got to do over there.
Period.
Like, it's my man over here.
Mine. That's the part you're missing. Mine, not yours.
Y'all don't got to know nothing either. You don't got to know who paying for these vacations. You ain't got to know who paying for this rent.
Oh, you are preaching.
You don't got to know. I ain't telling you not a word. Just know we in love.
Right. I'm gonna celebrate
and that's
my man. My man takes care of me.
You don't gotta know whose name is on the car.
My man takes care of me.
You ain't gotta know who.
My man takes care of me.
Who put all them gifts under the Christmas tree?
It was probably me. I am I gotta say, like my last few relationships, I'm just so good at Christmas. Like I'm so good at gift giving. That's such a love language of mine.
Oh, that's so cute.
Girl, when I tell you I'm
a flower girl.
Oh no, I'm not.
I'm a flower girl. I'll give somebody some flowers now.
I don't need no flowers.
I gave your ass some flowers.
You did at my event. No, I love them.
Oh.
They were so beautiful.
I'm about to say, because I'm a flower girl.
You give flowers. I listen to a need. Huh?
You know what I like?
What? Flowers?
I like to surprise people, and I like to surprise men in the bedroom. That's all I like to do.
Like with what?
Like it could be anything. Like decorative. It could be anything.
A candle.
I go hard in the bedroom.
Wax.
All of that.
Handcuffs.
Feathers.
Blindfolds.
We gonna save the chickens. Role play. Giving. I think the thing about me, I do random stuff.
I love.
So if you be like, oh my God, like I ain't got no charger.
Right.
I'm buy you a charger.
Oh, I'm already knowing one of the things I gotta go get from the store.
You know how what is that called though? What type of gift person are you? If you're giving gifts when it's random, it's a random time.
Yeah.
So I'm a random gift giver. Yeah. The guy I was dating. The guy I was dating, girl. I remember he was like, oh, like he ain't have no hand sanitizer in the car. Girl, the next day I went to Ulta, got me a little hand sanitizer, gave it to him.
Put this in the car.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
And
he loved that hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at now. The bitch probably took it.
It smells good. You got that smell good kind.
It would smell good.
No, but for real, I love it. I love it because what it is we're listening for the need.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to say what you need twice around me.
I like to cook for people.
I like to cook. I enjoy cooking for people I care about.
Mm-hmm. I cook for my man every day.
Oh.
Yeah. And I didn't know I was like that until me and my ex was in a good place. Uh-huh. And I started to cook. And I would cook almost every day. And I love doing it. I like to see his face when he eating it. We talking about food.
No, we not.
You know what I'm saying? No, but I love when somebody eat my food and be like, damn, babe, that's so good. We talking about food.
I'm sweating.
It's like, ooh.
I'm hot. Ooh.
We talking about the food.
Got all this
girl.
leather
I
on.
love cooking for somebody. I love cooking. Oh my God. And I just love doing all the things.
Did you like my black bean
I did. I was just full.
burgers?
Quick.
You know I made them from scratch, right? I was mashing the beans, not tomatoes, onions, and spices.
It was good. I just got full quick. It's the black beans, girl.
It's a heavy meal.
After that, it was a lot to process. My body was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
it was like, whoa. It was good though.
It was good. Yeah,
I cut up
I like
all
the
of those
fries.
sweet potatoes. Yeah,
There was the fries.
I cut them up.
You need a husband.
Husband. You know what though? I have this vision. So this is a part of my morning vision. And it's funny because sometimes I'm like, God, is a husband in the cards for me or not? I don't know. I just trust. But anyway, I have this vision of like when I wake up and I open my eyes and I'm like laying there, which is funny because I sleep on my back. But when I'm with like
You do tell me
my
that.
man, I end up being a snuggler. Like, which
Yeah,
is
because somebody's in the bed.
yeah, it's so weird. But by myself and by my back. So for whatever reason, we'll be like facing each other in the morning and our little legs will be
I
like
don't like facing
intertwined.
each other. Y'all got morning breath and shit. Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm ready for it. Hit me. It's okay.
Ew, no.
And I imagine just opening my eyes and looking at him and being like, oh, like I
You're
prayed
manifesting.
For you. I prayed for
Watch
you.
at your wedding day. You gonna say the same thing.
I
I
prayed
was like, girl,
for
I
you.
remember what episode. It was my episode. You said that.
And all I know, I can never see this man's face, and I refuse to put a face inside of my vision because every time I thought I knew, I was wrong, right? So I'm not going to block what God has for me.
Right.
I just know there's a man, right?
Yeah.
At least I think it's a man.
Have you ever had visions of the person you're dating now?
I refuse. The only thing I know about my man is I think he has a goatee. I always see his mouth.
For real?
Yeah.
Now, every time we around somebody, I'm gonna be like,
No.
I gotta go to.
That's all I like. Literally, I kid you not. I just that's the only thing that I know, and it's not even from that vision. It's the vision of us in the kitchen while I'm wearing his shirt.
Oh,
In
this
the
sounds like a
morning.
little movie.
It's a movie
It's
in my
a
mind.
Lifetime. It's giving Lifetime.
It's giving Lifetime meets
I be delusional.
BET.
I be delulu.
That's good,
You sure?
as we should be.
You being a friend right now, or you being dead ass?
No, you gotta be. It's like success. You gotta be a
Delulu?
level of delusional in order to
So
succeed.
I'm gonna keep being delulu then.
Yeah, make until the delulu comes true.
True. Was it you that posted that?
Yes. Okay, so we have to shift gears just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have this part in the show called It's Giving versus It's Giving. So
Okay.
I'm going to give you a scenario and then I'm going to give you something positive versus negative, and you have to tell me which one you would choose
Oh Lord.
and why.
Okay.
These are really cute. They're super hard. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, you have a new man. You're newly in a relationship.
So
And
we in a relationship.
You're in a
'Cause you gotta be
relationship.
specific.
Brand new though. Like you're fresh. Like he
Fresh.
just asked you to be his girlfriend.
Aw.
And he ends up staying the night.
Okay.
But he didn't pack a sleepover bag. And
Okay.
then he gets ready in the morning before he has to go to work. And later on in the day, he tells you that he had to use your toothbrush because he didn't have one.
Okay.
It's giving gross, ew, there's bacteria in my mouth.
sure.
I use that toothbrush. Or it's giving, oh, we're really connected.
No. No. It's giving, what the bro? You couldn't ask.
Gonna use your finger?
It's giving gross because why you couldn't just like, okay, he used my toothbrush. You already done used it. Okay, cool. But then after that, it's just like, I'm gonna get me a new toothbrush, but
Right.
it's gross.
Yeah,
That's gross.
it's
It's not
gross.
giving we're connected. Connected through what?
Bacteria?
What? Sarah.
Like, no, I'm sweating, girl. Ooh,
Yo,
it's a no for me.
No, you knew not.
It's giving no.
No.
It feels like terrible life choice.
And connected by what?
I'm with you. I can't do it. I can't.
Girl, no.
Okay,
Next.
you ready for another one?
Yes, girl.
Okay. Let's say you have a choice, okay? You meet one man. He's hella corny. I already know how you feel about this. He's hella corny, but he's ultra successful and he's decent looking. And then you meet a super tall, super fine, thug energied man who doesn't love you the same, kind of treats you bad. First one is security. This one is excitement. It's giving, I love my little corn on the cob, baby, let's eat. Or it's giving, I need a little spice in my life.
Okay. I definitely need a little spice in my life, but if I was to pick for real, I would really go with the cornball.
Really?
Yeah, if I really had to sit there and think for real, like think on it, not, you were saying that earlier, like not my alter ego for real.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna go with the cornball.
Really?
No, like I'm gonna need a little spice, but I'll add the spice to it. I'm gonna get the cornball, Sarah. Even though I don't want to. God damn it. I'm gonna give me the cornball.
Okay. You can have them.
You said the has spice. He was tall. What else?
I can't even imagine being with somebody corny.
I can't either, but this nigga had money and he was good. He loved me.
Loved you.
Yeah,
loved your dirty drugs.
He was get me back, baby. Like, I love you too.
I am sweating, yo. This is crazy.
You remember the time? I'm be like,
It's a no. Okay, final question.
Oh God, yo.
Fine, short, successful man that loves you, or tall, fine, unsuccessful man with a plan and no action. It's giving, give me what works. I'm short too. It's okay. Or it's giving, nah, I need to have D1 athletes. Give me the tall man.
Like short,
5'6".
shorter than me?
5'6".
Oh, he taller than me. We good. And I can still do a little tilt. What? Hey, you said you making it seem like is shorter than me. Because if he was shorter than me, then I'm like, hell no. But if he my height or a little taller, it's still giving.
You're what, 5'3", 5'2"?
5'4".
No. No.
I'm 5'4".
For real?
Why?
I feel like I'm so much taller than you.
You are.
Am I taller than 5? I'm 5'7", 5'6", 5'6" and a half.
You might be 5'6". I'm 5'4" for sure.
That's a lot taller. I feel like I'm like 5 inches taller than you.
Give me the short king, because personally, I love a good tall man, but at the same time, like, I don't mind. As long as you're not shorter than me, I really don't mind, for real.
I just feel like tall men, like really tall men, I was just having this conversation, usually have bad hips. It's like big dogs.
What?
You know what I mean? Like, you know how Great Danes always have hip problems? I don't know why I just think about people. Like, my dad is 6'8". Like,
yeah, my dad's 6'4".
Yeah.
He's straight, though, I think.
Well, 6'4" safe. I feel like that's a good type. That's a good
height. I'm going to stick with the short king.
Huh.
That's what I'm saying. As long as they're not shorter than me. And that goes through real life, for real. Like, as long as you're not shorter than me, I'm cool. I'm not about to be picky out here.
You're tiny, yeah.
I ain't pickying. As long as that... As long as you short and nothing else,
we good. We good. Okay, final question.
Okay.
So you know me. You know that I love evolution. I love reading. I love growth. Mm-hmm. And here at the It's Giving community, we believe in all of these things. Mm-hmm. And so whether you listen to or read books, we think that that is very important. Mm-hmm. And I would love to know, what book has changed your life and why?
Smart Dad, Rich Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Well, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
There we go. Boom.
Robert Kiyosaki.
That one.
That was a good book.
Yeah. No, I could think of another one.
Okay.
It was like the 5 spiritual elements of something. I forgot. And it was like teaching you about like your inner feelings. And it went in depth. And I read that book probably like 3 times. I forgot what the front of it was called, but it was about spiritual awakeness. And
I'm gonna get you to send it to me, and I'm gonna put it in the notes below.
Yes. So it was it was a lot. It was deep.
Yeah.
And it was like different storytellings, like about different scenarios. And I was like, wow, like I didn't even think of that. Like it covers like manifestations and stuff like that, and like thinking like the subconscious mind and stuff like that. And I love that book.
Yeah. It sounds good.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad is like more for like financial, but it made me think of different things. Yeah. Financially, for sure, business wise. But that other book,
it's like self, inward, not just outward. I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today,
welcome.
girl. You killed it. We talked about relationships. We talked about motherhood. We talked about how to date. We talked about being feminine. We talked about how it's okay to be a little masculine in the world, and you know, take off that armor when you get in the house. We talked about being a ride or die. Get in the house. You know, like we talked about so many things. This conversation was so rich. It was so fun. It was so honest. It was so raw. So thank you so much.
Welcome. Love you
for joining us. And guys, thank you for watching today. If you have not yet, please click that button below to make sure to get subscribed. If no one has told you, you are freaking phenomenal. Bomb.com, and nothing can stop you but you. But you got to do something about it. So let's get it, guys. Until next time. Mwah. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.